I've generated over 10,000 high quality leads and added millions in top line revenue for over 50 clients across multiple industries. In this video, I'm going to walk you through the exact strategy you can implement to add over 50 consultations to your firm this month using paid traffic. But before we get into the how, let's unpack why your current approach isn't working. Because until you fix these 6 problems, no marketing strategy will ever work consistently. The first, and arguably the most common reason, is that you're relying on referrals and organic growth alone. Many firms are stuck in a feast or famine cycle. One month is busy, the next, it's silent. Now, on the surface, this doesn't seem like a problem. You've built a business on trust and reputation, which is fantastic, but you just can't scale word of mouth predictably. This is because referrals dry up, organic content is inconsistent, and this ultimately creates anxiety, unpredictability in your pipeline. The solution for you is simple, but that doesn't mean that it's easy. You want to install a paid traffic engine that combines automated nurture sequences into your business. Here is exactly how you do it. Step 1, you need to define your high value client persona. Literally go through your last few hundred leads and identify who are the 20% that drive 80% of the revenue within your business. Now, this is not just the type of client, but also the service that they engaged with. Step 2, you want to create a targeted landing page tailored to that persona. You need to dig deep here, identify their pain points, pull on them, and then present your solution. Show them that you have done this before. We want this page to make prospects feel like it was made exactly for them, and that's because it was. Step 3, we launch a paid ads campaign. Now, we follow a simple yet effective strategy here. It all starts with a killer offer, the kind of offer you would need to defend in court. Now, to explain this simply, I mean an offer that sounds so good and resonates so well with your target audience, they would simply feel silly not to engage. We can also add in some form of lead capture campaign here too. We create and then share extremely valuable content, and we provide that in exchange for the prospect's contact details so that we can then add them into a nurture sequence. Step 4, we then add them into a CRM where they are then marked based on intent and added to nurture sequences relevant to their perceived willingness to engage. We do this to stay front of mind of the prospect and ensure that none of them go cold. Speed to lead is one of the most important aspects of growth, and studies actually show that responding to a new lead within 5 minutes makes you over 100 times more likely to connect and convert them into a paying customer. Wait an hour and your chances drop dramatically. In fact, you're nearly 7 times more likely to have a meaningful conversation with decision makers if you reach out within the first hour. And here's the kicker, 50% of buyers choose the vendor that responds first. That is why at Montage Digital, we implement automated follow-up sequences that engage leads instantly through email, SMS, and retargeting ads, ensuring you're always top of mind and ahead of the competition. In fact, this is exactly the method we have installed for Omnia Health Group, where they went from generating only 10 leads a month to over 400. And they now generate as much revenue in a 7-day period as they used to in a whole month. You can check out the testimonial video from their CEO on my channel or our website. Now, the second reason is that you're just attracting the wrong type of lead. You're spending money on ads, but the people booking aren't qualified. They waste time or they even ghost you. Now, the reason here is clear. Your message isn't aligned with the value your business provides. You're talking features when you should be talking in outcomes. You're blending into the crowd and your ideal clients are turned off by it. Position your funnel around authority marketing and pre-frame your business's value. Here are a few implementation steps. First, we need to speak their language. Then we need to run ads promoting content that provides value, such as a free strategy session or an insights report or a calculator that provides some intrinsic value, not just a generic book now. Gone are those days. Then we want to add pre-qualification filters via a form. This will provide our call screeners, which we can then add into an email drip, keeping these leads within an ecosystem that we have built and own. Point number 3, your follow-up system is broken, or worse, it's non-existent. You're getting inquiries, but they vanish. You're chasing manually, or you're just forgetting altogether. Why this happens is clear. That is because most firms don't have automated or consistent follow-ups. In high-trust services, prospects take time. And if you're not top of mind, they go cold or they choose someone else. The solution here is to build an automated nurture sequence using email and SMS that converts attention into action. We still need to have a lot of human touch points, but this ensures that no leads are falling through the cracks. You want to use a CRM like Go High Level and build a sequence. We see this format work best. On submission, we send a confirmation. After a day, we send a case study breakdown. After 3 days, we answer some simple, frequently asked questions. On day 5, we offer a piece of value, and on day 7, we remind them simply about us. You can also go one step further and add remarketing ads to stay visible. Now, we use a very similar sequence for Surge Notify, an online high-ticket coach, and we were able to collect £100,000 in cash in just 4 weeks of our system. We also had £200,000 of pipeline revenue ready for our client to act on the following month. Now, I say this not to boast, but just to show that our systems actually produce tangible results. Now, the fourth point, and probably the most painful for a data nerd like myself, you're spending, but you're just not tracking return on investment. You're investing in marketing, which is great, but how do you know what's working? Most agencies provide vague reports. They tell you about the clicks, about the impressions, or they build your generic dashboard, or you might even have an in-house team who see marketing as just another task on their endless to-do list. But you care about revenue, not reach, and without clear attribution, you just can't make smart decisions. Now, our end-to-end attribution stack maps every dollar spent to every dollar earned. If you want to implement this yourself, just follow these steps. First, track every ad to every lead via a UTM tracking code and CRM system. Use call tracking and lead tagging to measure source to sale. Then you can build a simple yet effective ROI dashboard which measures cost per inquiry and value per sale. This can be done on a simple spreadsheet or much more complex if needed. Point 5, and one that might hurt a few, you're still too hands-on on the sales process. You are the founder or partner and still the only person closing or chasing leads. You've built everything yourself, and I get it, your business is your baby at the end of the day. But as you scale, being the bottleneck in sales kills growth. Prospects fall through the cracks when you're on holiday with clients or you're just burnt out. Disappear for 30 days and you'll see how quickly things start to crumble. And if the business does crumble, sorry to say, but you don't have a business at all. You have a profitable job. Our systems handle all of this for you so that you can grow at scale. You need to implement appointment setting and sales enablement systems to free your time and scale without losing control. And here is exactly how to implement a bulletproof sales process. First, automate lead routing to your calendar. Use an SDR to chase no-shows and rebookings, and build a playbook that includes scripts, email follow-ups, objection handling, so that others can step in and be trained on your exact process. Do these 3 things, and you would have a bulletproof sales system that works while you're sipping cocktails in Hawaii. Now, the final and often most costly mistake firms make is operating without a true growth system. You might have tried paid ads, you might have posted a few times on LinkedIn, you may have even hired freelancers or agencies. But let me ask you, do you have a machine? Because that is exactly what it takes to scale sustainably. A predictable, repeatable client acquisition engine that runs whether you're in the office, on a plane, or like I said, on a beach in Hawaii. And this is what keeps firms stuck. You bring in clients, you deliver great work, but the pipeline dries up. Then you scramble, then you pause growth again, then it repeats. And if you want to grow beyond referrals and one-off spikes, you need something else entirely. You need a predictable client acquisition engine that works even when you're not working. At Montage, we build exactly that. A full funnel growth infrastructure for high ticket service providers that attracts the right people, converts them into qualified consultation, nurtures them until they're ready to buy, books them straight into your calendar, and shows you exactly how much return you're making on every dollar spent. It's not just a bunch of tools or ads thrown together, it's a well-oiled machine. And once it's installed, you're no longer reliant on chance or hustle. You have a business that grows by design, not by accident. Here's how to begin building the system. Clarify the offer that scales. See, here it has to be tangible, clear, and cold audience friendly. We help you craft a premium offer that converts clicks into calls and speaks directly to decision makers. You need to install the funnel. We build or refine your landing pages, lead captures, qualification forms, and automated nurture sequences, all tied to a CRM that tracks performance across every single touch point. Next, run the traffic, whether that's paid ads on Meta, LinkedIn, Google, or if that's cold outbound systems on email or LinkedIn. We need to drive consistent interest from your exact ideal customer. And our team manages this daily to optimize cost per inquiry and lead quality. Then you need to understand lead attribution and sales enablement. We track every lead from ad to sale and equip you or your team with the scripts, sequences, and support to close with confidence. You can't scale what you can't predict. If your growth relies on effort rather than systems, you're hitting a ceiling and you're burning out. The firms we work with aren't just looking for a few more leads. They're looking for a growth partner who can install a repeatable client acquisition engine that runs while they run the business. There you go. 6 reasons your calendar isn't full and your growth isn't predictable, and hopefully some actionable tips to fix them. If at least one of these hit home, I want to invite you to take the next step. That is to book a free audit and strategy session with myself, where I'll help you implement these systems and uncover the bottlenecks that are stopping your business from growing. Also, if you're serious about turning your firm into a growth machine, I've recorded a 30-minute deep dive where I show you the exact system we've used to help firms like yours add 6 figures in consultation revenue in months, not years. So click the video down below to watch that. And also, if you found this valuable, book a call.